So imagine 10% more profit in your business today. This is average across the 400 brands. Now, sometimes we have 20%, 30%, 40%. So I'm setting the bar low, and even 10% is quite high. We're rotating price once a day dynamically and finding opportunities to surge pricing. And we capitalize on those inefficiencies and deliver those as financial gain. So this right here is a 7 figures added extra annually to this business. So money is being left on the table, and we helped find that money, sniff it out, and deliver it to this person. If you look at Zule here, right? Zule's organic listing is $9.99, but his PPC ad is $24.99.
Correct.
So he's selling the larger, bigger bowl, for example, at a higher price because he knows that he doesn't have the margin to spend on this lower end item. And this is a loss leader anyway, right? And so he's putting this, it's number one organic spot.
Yeah, and the rest of his colors are more expensive, which is, that's a variation strategy that we teach others to do, which is you add a lot of variations. You can funnel additional traffic from very specific keywords, variation specific keywords into your listing from those other variations. So you increase your overall traffic, overall profitability, overall conversion rate, and a percentage of the time that people will pay the extra couple dollars for the color they want versus the one that the hero that brought them in, right? So we when we onboard you, we set up that strategy in the same way, right? So we have the loss leader strategy, which is like Costco selling chickens for $7. Right. And I think in Miami they might be $5 or $6.
Yeah. But pricing the most popular variation near cost to drive traffic is what Zule is doing here, right?
Right.
Then you have decoy pricing that we can also effectively set up, and then price staggering, which is like the iPhone, right? The base, the mid-tier, and the pro, etc. And so we can do this with you and set this up on an ASIN level so that it's a very cohesive, thought-out strategy that maximizes your specific goal for your SKU. So that goal might be to increase profit, that goal might be to increase revenue, or that goal might be to hit a specific target velocity.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
When we first started this call, Brandon, offline, you had said, "Hey, Chad, you're at 28 employees. Like, what's going on there?" So I want to just touch on that, because I think it's important. I have a lot of people working at the company, and the difference is that we are a software with a service. So what does that mean?
Hey, I know you're enjoying the content, but I wanted to also let you know really quickly about our masterclasses. Many of them are free. If you have questions about Amazon, you want some advanced strategies, you want to dive deep, check out those classes. The link is below.
But if I look at really what makes us different, right? Yes, we're using real AI. We didn't just build into ChatGPT. We have actually custom built machine learning models on the back end that are predicting price and predicting demand based on all of these signals. But then we actually are a software with a service. So we're not just a tool, because you can still be a fool with a tool. And so you get access to our data science team and our quant team. So every customer in our system gets access to a quant team that is actually analyzing the results and seeing how we can make your business more effective. And they're putting that information here on a seller account. So they're looking at ad effectiveness, inventory effectiveness, anything that's happening in the market, specifically on your account, on your seller account. And then on an ASIN level, we're putting that right here with annotations and comments on an ASIN level of like, what else needs to happen to make sure that you're making as much money as possible. It's a big deal, because I think most companies, even with AI, you can't just let AI just run by itself. And so we want to hit a result. We're here to deliver a result. And so the way that we do that is we have to look at all of this data, supervise the decisions that the model is making to make sure it's making the right decisions, so we can get you to the result, because we have a 3x ROI guarantee. If we don't get you at least 3x ROI in your first 3 months, we work for free until you do.
That's
and this
awesome.
is how we're able to deliver on that promise.
Yeah, because there's so much data that you have to collect as a baseline, and the model needs to train on all of that data. Now, you can only ingest so much history because there's only so much available through APIs and through the accounts. But and then starting to let the AI figure it out, right? I think is why this warming up period is so important. So it's great that your business model has done this. And we spoke over a year ago when we were in New York, and your pricing was much higher, and it only worked for premium accounts or premium ASINs, I would say, that were doing a certain volume where it would make sense. But now you've made this available, I'd say, to 90% of products. Like your pricing is super reasonable now. Why the shift? And what have you seen now that you've kind of opened it up wider?
So ironically, we have a pricing page on our pricing software, and a couple of things we've evolved. So I think the reason why software is so hard is that you're constantly having to produce more and more features. And so one of those features is that we built a model that can support lower velocity ASINs. So we can even work with your long tail ASINs that you have at the company. And two is we listen to the market. I think it's very important to talk to customers, to listen to them all the time. And so customers, we heard it loud and clear. They're like, hey, look, we want a result. We're not here to pay for more seats or a dashboard. We want to see results. And so how do we do that is we deliver that to them with a flat fee. We are your vendor, not your partner. We don't take a percentage of your revenue. We don't take a percentage of your profit or your ad spend. And we have a 3x ROI guarantee, like I mentioned. So we are extremely focusing on helping our customers be more effective.